everyone, welcome in to the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin Hippo. Today is Tuesday, February 4th. Hi John, I see you in the chat, first one to comment. So we'll just kind of like sit here and riff for a minute while we wait for some people to come in before I get into the meat of the show. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, tonight's going to be mostly about taking questions from you guys, listening to your concerns and things about eBay and how things are going for everyone, and just kind of talking our way through that. Before we open up the floor for questions, I do have a couple of things I want to talk about and just kind of mention. I'd call them announcements, but they're just kind of like important things I want to say. And then at the end, I do have some actual announcements pertaining to this channel, the Facebook group, and I have a piece of mail. This is not a piece of mail. I have a giant box to open before we even get started into any of that. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do, I'm going to say hi to everyone in the chat in just a second. What I'm going to ask you guys to do when we get into this tonight, hold your questions until I say it's time that we're going to open up the floor for the questions. That way I can talk about the things up top that I want to talk about and open my present. And then when I say it's time for questions, you guys can start throwing them out there. I'll take as many as I can. And if there's a lot, we'll sit here until, 10 minutes before the hour, in which time I'll do my announcements. If there's not that many, we can end early tonight. So this show is going to all be up to you guys and how many questions and stuff you guys have. I haven't looked all the way through the chat to see who's all here yet. If any of my moderators are here yet and you're listening, I am a total failure at YouTube. I have no business being YouTube. No, I should have gotten a hold of you guys ahead of time. I'm going to need some links at the end of the show for you guys to throw into the chat. And I should have got up with you ahead of time, but I've been behind all day. So if you have the links to the liquidation lots for less, hold on to those. I'll need those at the end. If not, we'll just redirect people later. All right, let's see who's in here. Figgy Flips, Layla, Dawn, Little Bunny. Little Bunny Fufu's here. Hi. I used to sing that to my kids when they were little, and I have a version of it I sing to my hamster. Little Bunny Fufu. R1 JT is here. Rhonda and Amelia. G Beach, Tasha, Sarah, Connie, and then I do see some mods in there now that I'm scrolling down. Hi Susie. Bill and David are here, guys. Gnome the Frog with the wrench. Make sure you follow them on YouTube as well. The Nurse Flipper's here. Flippin' Flamingos is here. Hi. Amy, Ruth, Kim. When am I going to do Hanging with the Hippos again? Maybe we need to wait till the end for the announcements, because I got some exciting news for you guys. Casey, the Rockstar Flipper's here, guys. You guys see him there with his wrench and his smartass comment question. Yes, all the time. And then I just leave it because I work from home and I don't care. Hi, Dev, Layla. I have to wait. Jamie wants to know why he's not. Jamie, I think most people would think that you are rich in comparison with folks who struggle at $10 an hour jobs. What kind of schedule is this? We're on Hippo time. So we got to do what the Hippos want. We're on Hippo time. Yasina, Scott is here from Texas. Kim, Christian, shopping on the low. You guys all have some really creative names. It's great. Casey, I'd say the same thing to you about being rich. I do put them on backwards. I put them on inside out. I don't care. I usually just leave them unless I'm making a video. In fact, if I didn't do videos, I would probably look homeless most of the time. I would probably be in my pajamas that are all old and frayed and ripped and holed and backwards and tags hanging out and hair on top of my head. And thankfully I do videos though, so I don't look homeless all the time. See who else is here. Simple Fit Life. Enjoying your authentic content from the beautiful coast of Central Florida. Welcome in. Jealous of your location. Amy. Hi. Frocks and Finds jumping in for a sec. Shelly's here. Hi, hi, Shelly. Sew and Thrift, Pam Sip Life. Tom, welcome in. And Elizabeth is here. Welcome. And Richard and Scores Galores. And Pamela's Plunder. Sew and Thrift got their taxes done and thought they were going to Mad Lives Maldives. Jeez, my eyes. With the refund, but I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts for a coffee. That's so funny. Yeah. So when I used to work outside of the house, I would get up every morning, put makeup on, do my hair, and dress nice. When I started working from home, I did notice that I was starting to let myself go a little bit, which I think is kind of easy to do, especially girls, ladies. You guys understand this more than the boys and the men. So I am actually glad that I do videos because it forces me to not look like a person who lives under a bridge. Because if I didn't have to do videos, I don't know. I never leave the house. So, okay, so we're going to open this first. Let's do this first. Let's drop it on the floor. Let's knock stuff over. Because here on the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel, it is always amateur hour. You guys, this is from, we've covered up their address here. If you see our address, that's okay because it's our post office box. But this is from our friends at Flippin' Flamingos. Now, full disclosure, this box has been pre-cut for me by Keith because longtime viewers who have ever seen me fight a box, open it, it's not pretty. So Keith now pre-cuts them for me before the shows. And I know what's inside. But there is a card, so let's look at that first. Look how cute. This must be the card that they send out with their purchases. Very good, very nice. We have one that we send out as well. I suggest those to everyone. Okay, I'm going to read this. Is that okay? I hope it's okay. Star, thanks for the valuable information and inspiration. Flippin' Flamingos, Joe and Renee. Thank you guys so much. I do have an area where I keep all of my notes and cards and stuff from you guys because they actually do mean a lot to me. I actually appreciate all of you. So I know what's in here. We sent a DNA test kit back on Henry because we've been looking for his long lost twin sister. And the Flippin' Flamingos team found, through sleuthing and DNA testing, they found Henry's long-lost twin sister, Henrietta! Dun-da-da-da! Isn't she cute? And she is just as big and snuggly and squishy, as Henry is. They're twins. Absolutely. She even has the hearts on her feet. Like Henry. How cute are you? So, you guys, this is Henrietta. This is Henry's long-lost twin sister. We've been looking for her for a very long time. We're glad that she finally found her way here. And we will, of course, welcome her into the family, into our pod, and we will start training her on the job tomorrow and teaching her shipping. So she is absolutely adorable. I'm so thrilled. Do I need 2 giant hippos? Yeah, I do. She's so cute. Thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate it. The note and everything will go with my special board with everybody else's. So thank you so much, Joe and Renee. I do love her. I need 2 big hippos. I mean, who doesn't need 2 giant hippos in their life, right? So yeah, she's big. She's the same size as Henry. So I think it's the same exact hippo. But Casey, please do not send the hamster. I do love her. She's so cute. I can't wait to I'm going to have to somehow denote a way to tell her apart from Henry because they are twins. She's here right now to my right. See her? And Henry's behind me. What I'll probably do after the show is find a bow, like a pink bow, and tie it on her ear so I can tell her. Yeah. So Casey, a long time ago when he was outsourcing with Sydney, they found a hamster that's probably as big as me and Sydney. Because Sydney was holding it and me and her are very short. You guys know that she's like 4'11", I'm like 5 foot. It looked as big as her. And then we went to visit Casey in Florida last October. I got to see it in the garage. It's a really cute plush, but I mean, I would have had to have bought like its own seat for it to get it back here on the airplane. It's ginormous. So yeah, thank you so much. I just love it. I'm good luck for Tasha. That's good. So yeah, I'm gonna give her a bow on her ear, a scarf. All right, guys. So here's the thing. I got a couple things I want to announce, and then we'll open the floor for questions. So you guys have probably all already heard by now because it was on your Seller Hub, and other YouTubers beat me to the punch and did videos right away. When it comes to telling you guys how to stay organized and giving you the truth and the reality behind the scenes of reselling and dishing out the tough love, I'm really good at that. Staying on top of the news and giving you guys up to the date information. If something is like happening on a day where I do look homeless and I have no makeup on, my hair's in a bun, if something happens, I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not making a video today. So I'm really not good at staying up to date. But here's the thing. eBay Open is not happening. So you guys probably already knew that. This is not news. I'm really bad at up to the date, keeping people informed. But they did announce that eBay Open 2020 will not be happening. And instead, they will be going around to different cities and having smaller meetups there. Of course, they have some really good PR people and really good copywriters. They are spinning it into a very positive thing, the way it was written, the way it was announced. Of course, they're spinning it into a very positive thing. They're not going to tell us it's because they don't have money or whatever's going on. And if you guys would want to be positive about it and be happy, that's great. You can. I personally, listen, if I wanted to meet people in my own area, I could meet people in my own area. The whole point of going to Vegas every year for eBay Open was to meet resellers from all over the country and be together in an atmosphere where we could learn and, I can't even network. So, I don't know. I saw Kelly pop in, hip flipping mama, guys. If you see her, say hi. She's got some stuff going on, some tough stuff. My heart goes out to you, Kelly. Thank you for stopping in. $2 super chat from Sleepless Hustler. Thank you so much for the super chat. You saw your hippo come across and dance for you. I do not know the list offhand. I just kind of went through it and there was no Pittsburgh. So even if let's say I couldn't on my own, I was incapable of meeting people on my own, which I'm not. They're not even having one in my area. So, I don't know. That's a good question, Madman. It depends. If your personal account, if you're going to I can't even speak. All right. Love you too, Mama. If you are ever going to be a social media influencer, you probably want to have a different account because you don't want people attacking you. If you have a personal account and it has a lot of good feedback on it and you got good history and you're a top rated seller already, I would just go ahead and use that because you don't want to start all over from the beginning. In fact, Keith used his original account and you can change, I think you get one name change maybe. I could be just making that up. But he was able to change the name to the Hippo Hut, and we just used his and made it our business one. So yeah, I've heard about the get together that the people are holding. I've been emailed about it and asked to go, and I'm pretty much planning on going right now. As of right now, I'm planning on going as of right now, but there's something else that could happen that month that may keep me from going. But as of right now, I'm planning on going to that. But my point is it's not. I don't know. I just don't like the way they're trying to spin it. Like, oh, we canceled open so we could travel the country. And then they did not have a lot of big city names on there. I don't feel like they did. They skipped Pittsburgh altogether. Anyway, I'm going to go past this because you guys can probably tell I'm not very fond of this decision. And they can write whatever they want and spin it however they want. And Wade's Ventures is here. Hey, welcome in. Thanks for popping by. You might be able to change the name every 30 days. Like, when Keith changed his name to the Hippo Hut, it was like 2017. I mean, it was a long time ago, so I just make stuff up. So, all right. So, no eBay open in 2020. The item specifics will be changing in March for the following categories: electronics and home and garden. So, how do I feel about this? I don't feel good about this either. I don't want to come off as I don't want to be like, I don't want to come off as very negative tonight, but I want to come off as very honest. And here's the thing. When they did the item specifics on October 15th of 2019, a lot of used clothing resellers sales crashed, bombed, banged, the bottom fell out. Since then have gone back in and fixed them and continue to fix them every day, and their sales have still never been the same. Period. Since October, when they put in their coding or whatever they did, they broke something, and clothing sales just haven't been the same since then. And now, next month, they're going to do it to electronics. Here's why I'm not happy about it. And you guys that have been watching me for a long time have probably heard me say this before, so I'm just going to try to say it really quick. When Keith and I invested in the wholesale lot of remotes, we bought 3,000 remotes, assuming that we would continue to list and stay over 2,000 listings and continue with our 0.5% sell-through rate and sell 10 items a day. Between plush and clothing, we would sell 10 items a day, as we always had. And that adding in the remotes that have a 1% sell-through rate, we would be building our sales up by, a couple a day, depending on how many remotes we have listed, what it comes out. Like right now we have 200, so we're selling like 2 a day, right? So we thought having the remotes in the mix, we would be over 10 sales a day. They did the thing they did in October. Our clothing sales have not been the same since. And what has ended up happening, instead of having our normal 10 sales plus the extra electronics and remote sales, the clothing sales kind of dwindled away, and the remotes are what's holding us aloft right now. And they're making up for the loss in the clothing sales. So when this hits in March, when they do this to the electronics, our, that's really hard to say, will our remotes fall out too? So the only thing holding us afloat right now as our clothing sales continue to be poop, as they have been since October, will this happen to our remotes too? So I'm not thrilled about it. I'm not looking forward to it. It's not anything I'm thinking it's going to be great. Or maybe there's a miracle and they learn from their mistakes and they fix something and we won't have another debacle. But if we do, that's going to really be detrimental to a lot of people. In fact, I was in one Facebook group. I can't remember which one it was. No, I can't. I was going to try, but I can't remember which Facebook group it was in. It wasn't ours, obviously. And someone said that when this happens in March, if it happens the same way it happened with the clothing, then the way he worded it was, then finally all of my friends that are electronics resellers will understand my pain and everything I've been complaining about since October. Like, they didn't believe me. They didn't think it was real, but they'll see. And I hope that's not the case. I see a ton of comments coming in. Hold on. Here we go with more glitches. Yeah, it's going to be home and garden and electronics. So, Rhonda and Amelia say the October updates ruined our clothes and our books. We were wondering what else they are going to mess up. I would not start on eBay. You still make sales. It's still got the most eyeballs on it out of every platform you can be selling on. Out of every platform you can be selling on, it is the only platform you can sell anything. Amazon obviously has a lot of restrictions and gatings. Poshmark has only specific items you're allowed to sell. Grailed is strictly men's fashion. Mercari has limitations. So eBay, you can sell anything, used or new, anything at all in the whole wide world. It's global. It has eyeballs. People know it. And I said this on last week's live show too. eBay is still the most well-known as well. If you watch any movie, any TV show, or read any book, you almost always hear people jokingly say, I looked on eBay, I bought it on eBay, I sold it on eBay. It's just constantly always talked about. It's a household name. People know what it is. So even when it has all of its problems, you should still sell her. And you should not just be on eBay, though. I would never tell anyone not to sell on eBay or to pull out of eBay because it's a household name. People know what it is. It's global, eyeballs, it's big. But I would not suggest that being the only place that you sell on. So I see a bunch of you already talking about what my next thing is. So the next thing is everyone's talking about ICE, the International Exchange. They're the International Exchange owns the New York Stock Exchange. They have made a move to, they've made an offer, not a move. They've made an offer for a takeover to eBay is the rumor. There's nothing solid yet. And I only heard about this like an hour before I went live and we were eating dinner. So I'm not going to talk about this too much because I don't like to talk about stuff that I'm not educated on. I didn't really have time to research it much or read a lot. And but what I did read is they made an offer to take over eBay or for a takeover. And it's kind of like all rumors right now. Nothing is solid. Nothing's for sure. There's a lot of rumors going around. In fact, one thing I read was that they've tried a takeover with eBay before and it didn't go anywhere. Hey, Landshark Picker's in the house. Hey, when did you sneak in? Hi. And Colleen is here. Hi, Colleen. Meme resells, or is it Mimi? And Pam, I already said hi to you, didn't I? Well, hi. If I didn't, hi. If I did, hi again. Alright, guys, so that was it. That's all. So if you have questions, I'm going to open up the floor now for your questions. Ask me anything. No eBay open. The item specifics for electronics and home garden will be happening in March. And the whole rumors and all of the information circulating about ICE taking over eBay. So if you guys have questions, the floor is open now. Ask me anything at all. Doesn't have to be about reselling. Who is they? International Exchange? Right? If you're asking about that. Hi, Vicky. Welcome in. You missed a little bit. You can always go back and watch from the beginning once it's on the channel as a replay. So, while here's a question. Have you had any luck with selling items on the clearance section of your eBay store? Yes. So, we have a system for that. items that I want to get rid of, I give them a chance before auction. I created a category in our store called the Clearance Hut. First class items only. This does not pertain to hard goods, plush, or jeans, or jackets or coats or anything that weighs over a pound. This is only for first class. They go on sale for $9.99. So I price them at $12.49. Our sale that's on 24 hours a day around the clock hits. They go on sale for $9.99. Free shipping, buyer paid returns. And then they sit in there for a month. And if they don't sell, then they get their very lastest chance. They go to auction for 99 cents with $7.50 shipping on that. And I'll usually run them through the auction, 5-day auction from Tuesday night to Sunday night, two to three times. And you get like 500 free auctions a month with our subscription. We have premium. I don't even remember what store subscription we have. It's this $59.95 one. But we get 500 auctions for free that we don't pay for. So I usually run them through 2 to 3 times. So that's 2 to 3 weeks from Tuesday to Sunday. And if they don't sell, then we do pull them and redonate them. Not many items get redonated. Most of the stuff will go on the $9.99. And if they don't go there, they will go to auction. The only stuff I've seen that I'm pulling that we're redonating that didn't sell in either clearance or auction was really, really old stuff that was before we had this photo set up. So it was pre-nice lights, pre-background, just terrible pictures. And then like horrible brands and items that we never should have sourced in the first place back when we were learning. Can you tell me how to make the not for sale posts on Poshmark? Are you referring to the signs about like bundle this and get this amount off in the sales? Because I have a lot of videos on those already on the channel that actually I screen share and walk you through it and give you programs on how to do the artwork and stuff. I can't even remember what you would look for, but just search Poshmark on the channel when you get a free time, and look for the videos running sales on Poshmark, creating signs on Poshmark, something like that. Is it rare to find something along the lines of your remote palette? It's not rare, but you do kind of have to have connections, and that's why I'm always telling you guys to connect with other resellers, join the Facebook groups, be active in Facebook, be active on Instagram, network, talk to other sellers, meet with other people, because it's not really rare, but it is. But it's not. You just have to network and feel your way around, and then of course you can always look online on the websites that offer wholesale buys, lots, and liquidation and stuff like that. Robert's here. Welcome in, guys. Say hi to Zombie Bargain Hunter. He's got a blue wrench. He's one of the moderators here. So I have a 3 video series I just did over Christmas break on jeans. Specifically, the first one was about measuring. You can take a look at those and see if those answer your questions. And also, if you're in the Facebook group Thrifty Space Queen, there are in the photo section of the group, there's a folder with photos to help you out. They have some stuff in there with the jeans and stuff. So yeah, $7.50 even first class, because you got to remember the auction's for only 99 cents. So if only one person bids on it to buy it, it's selling for $8.50 total. So minus fees and the actual cost of shipping. Our cost of goods was typically 99 cents. We're only making $1 or $2. So it's like last chance liquidation. So yes, absolutely charge that much if you're doing 99 cents auctions. How do you know what price something really sold for when it was sold on as a make an offer? So you can't unless it's your own. So if you accept an offer, you can always go back into your orders on the Seller Hub, and of course you can see what they really paid you. But when it comes to looking at other people's stuff, you really can't. eBay just puts the mark through and says, accept the best offer. And so if she said she sold it for 10, then she probably sold it for 10. I get that question a lot when I do my what solds. People are like, but it says it was 20. Why did you say 17? Because I took 17. There's no real way on eBay to tell that. Poshmark actually, once it goes to sold, shows what it actually sold for. I finally sold a stuffed animal. So here's the thing about stuffed animals. When you say I finally sold a stuffed animal that sat for a year. So in stuffed animal or plushie land, a year is probably equivalent to 6 months for clothing. I cannot stress enough to you guys that plushies are long tail. Thank you for putting the article in, Bill and David. I'm sure it's just David. But I always credit them both because I love them both so much. My question: how many canceled sells until eBay steps in? I don't know. Does anybody else know? Feel free to answer that. Here's the thing. I don't know because I have never canceled that wasn't buyer's request. You have to be really super careful when you're cross-listing. You have to have a system in place so that you know when it sells on one platform where else it's listed so you can go take it down. I'm sure you already know that. I'm not trying to victim shame you or whatever. Crosspost shame? But moving forward, I would just tell you to be way more vigilant about it. And there is a way around that. So if something sells on 2 platforms at the same time, if you can't find something, if it's lost, if you feel like it was listed in error and you can't find it, instead of just canceling it and hitting yourself with a ding, you can send a message to the buyer, very professional, and say, unfortunately, this item was listed in error. We apologize for the inconvenience, and we are prepared to offer you another item of your choice from our store up to X amount value in place of your item. Alternatively, we can cancel your item and refund you in full if you prefer. Please let us know your choice as soon as possible. Most people write back and say, it's okay, go ahead and cancel it. And then you can cancel buyer's request. Some folks will go through your store and pick something else out. I do recommend offering them that X amount a little bit higher than what they bought. So if they bought a $20 pair of jeans and you don't have them, offer them to choose something up to $30 in your store. And that keeps people happy if they can get a little bit more value. A lot of people go back to the store and pick something out. And some people will just write back and ask you to cancel. But once they say, please cancel or go ahead and cancel, you can do it at buyer's request. Flippin' Flamingos. I just bought about 200 bags of clothes from another reseller. I bought them because of other things. So I'm not a fan of mystery boxes, and I absolutely, I don't like them. Other people do. Other people sell them all the time. I know that Sydney does really well on Poshmark with her mystery boxes. And people really like them. She sends them really good stuff. Sydney gets good stuff, but I'm not a fan of them. I would never do them. I would hold back until I had, a lot, and do a lot as in a whole bunch and do a lot. I am going to talk a little bit about the Wholesale website that we run with Casey, the Rockstar Flipper, at the end of the show. And you may think about just like putting them all together and selling them in lots instead. You can get rid of more quicker. But if you're looking to get more money out of it, then you would probably want to do mystery boxes. But I personally am not a fan. So you ask me what I think, and that's what I think. I don't like them. Lee James says the iced coffee video is great. Save some money. Good. I'm glad you liked it. We are taking to consignment for quick cash. I can't list all these and I don't want to. Sorry guys, I'm trying to scroll. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Amy the Nebraska Hanger, $4.99. Your little dancing hippo will come up for you. First time catching a live. Well, welcome in all my magical things. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, thank you. Vicky Vault, I'm doing a no buy for resale February. So we haven't sourced since September. I guess we did one time in October when we were in Florida. It's been very freeing, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit at the end if there's time after I get through all the questions. On the Facebook group, are you going to do a Poshmark share party? We do a Poshmark share party every single Saturday. We do one every single Saturday. The reason I don't do one every single day is because we do a lot of different things throughout the week with lots of different themes where people can share their YouTube channels, their stores. We do a lot of things. Pinterest, Instagram. I try to do a different kind of theme thing every day. The Pinterest thing is not me. That's Shelly. Shelly Renee runs that because I don't know Pinterest from a hole in the ground. But we do a Poshmark share party every single Saturday. Thank you for putting up the iced coffee link, David. So instead of canceling the stuffed animal, do what I just mentioned. Offer them something else. Dev's Day to Day listed their first plush yesterday because of you. How sweet. Thank you. Nurse Flipper says it's the amount of cancels is by percent. It's like 2%. And then you go below standards. And then you have to improve within 30 days. So Colleen asks, what is your cross-posting system and how do you keep track of what's where? So the general rule of thumb is anything that's anywhere that's not eBay is also on eBay. Because everything we get goes on eBay. And then from there it gets cross-posted, right? And you can only put men's fashion on Grailed. I only put plush on Macari. I only put fashion and clothing and sometimes coffee mugs on Poshmark. But everything that we get, everything that we list, starts its life on eBay and then gets cross-posted. So if anything sells on any platform, anywhere, I know immediately to pull it off of eBay because it's on eBay. Now on eBay and the SKU line, we put where else it's at. So in our SKU line, we have the date it was originally listed, the amount we originally wanted for it, and that's because we do start to drop prices over time and we just want our original price there. For thank you so much for the super chat. Diana Collier donated $3. Thank you. Your little dancing hippo will come up. We put, sorry guys, I have to start over because I lost track. So the date originally listed, the original price we wanted, its location, and then anywhere else it's listed. So if it was a Robert Graham shirt, it would say February, $50, B812, Poshmark Grailed. And then I would know when it sold on eBay that it was also on Poshmark and Grailed, and I would have to go pull it off. Yes, exactly, Nurse Flipper. You just have clothing and don't have any more stuffed animals. You can still do that. We have actually, one time we had multiples of a remote and we had sold all the multiples, but somehow it got relisted that there were still some. And you guys keep an eye out for that too, because there is a glitch that has been shown where items will mysteriously relist themselves. We sold the same Harry Potter shirt once. Was a one-off. One-off. We had one Harry Potter shirt that sold 6 times. It kept relisting itself. I'm not kidding. This was like back in 2018. It was a long time ago. But it happens. But we had like a multiples of remotes. And thank you so much for that super chat, Nurse Flipper. I saw it fly by. $5. Thank you so much You should see your dancing hippo in just a second. Trying to get back up to where I was. So when we know if they were after a specific model of a remote or a brand, they're not going to replace it, but you can still send them the email just to get them to write back to cancel it. So you can say buyers requested. I personally am a fan of the global shipping program. Other resellers will tell you you should do your own international shipping. It's easy to do your own. You can do it through pirate ship. However, I don't, and Keith doesn't like it. Because if you go through the global shipping program, once you send it to Kentucky, it's out of your hands and it's no longer your problem. I don't want to deal with returns and all that international stuff, so I just don't. And yeah, you can do it in bulk. 500 at a time. So Vicky puts a peace sign on her Poshmark items that are also on eBay. That's a good system too, because not everyone has everything on eBay the way that we do. You just have to find some way of like letting yourself know. So if they write back that they didn't want to choose an alternate item, meme resells, yes, we cancel at buyer's request. And then they get refunded. Amy said, thanks always for the great content with her super chat. Thank you so much again. If you show what's in them and state brands on mystery boxes, then they are a very valuable option. And I think you said you were doing yours for $25. Depending on how many, you have to think in your head, add up the $25 plus the shipping and how much it's going to be per piece and think if it's worth it. On Poshmark, you're aiming towards someone buying it for themselves most likely. But when you're aiming towards resellers, you want to sell it with room for them to make profit. So Yasina's shared her method of cross-posting and letting herself know where they're at. Put stickers on them. How do I define a lot? So, like on our liquidations for less wholesale site we do at Casey, we would say 20 items and more would be a lot. But like on eBay and Poshmark, it can be a lot less. It just depends on where you're selling them at. I use the word lot on eBay very loosely. Like I just put up 2 matching Disney plates this afternoon and I said they were a lot of 2. Personally, I prefer global shipping program. Thank you for the reminder to do the thumbs up. Shelly says, I would love for people to join in. Where did it go? Sometimes the thing jumps and then I lose my spot, guys. I'm so sorry. There we go. I would love for people to share. So I did create a Pinterest and I actually connected it to my Poshmark. So every time I list on Poshmark now, that's a cool thing. I need to make a video about that with Poshmark and Pinterest for you guys. But Pinterest will do all the work for you. If you connect your Pinterest to your Poshmark, all you have to do is what you're already doing. When you list stuff on Poshmark, it's magically put on Pinterest for you. I created a whole new Pinterest called the Hippo Hatter, Flippin Hippos, and I was totally prepared to start. Thank you so much for the super chat. Dawn Betro donated $4.99. Thank you. You'll get your dancing hippo. And I intended to join in, and then just because I go live on Tuesday nights, and I have so much going on Tuesdays prior to 6 p.m. when we eat dinner and try to get ready for the show within an hour plus eating. It's like, ugh, I always forget. I'm going to try to start remembering. Is it okay with you if I share where to find how much someone sold an item for? Do you mean in the Facebook group? I'm not sure I understand that. Like if you mean here or in the Facebook group. I would just comp the Beanie Baby and see what other people are doing with it. Some of them are worth money, some aren't. And when I say they're worth money, they're bread and butter. If that. Unless they're like pop culture characters or something. Thank you again, Diane. Appreciate it. I'm just getting down now to where I'm actually seeing the super chats in the big screen. I see the hippo pop up, but Nurse Flipper put a couple of dolphins. How cute. Thank you for all the help with Posh and all the great content. Thank you again so much for the super chat. So yeah, you can offer them anything. You're basically just asking them, do you want to pick something else or do you want to cancel? So you can get them to say yes, cancel, and then you can cancel a buyer's request. So yeah, I hear that from a lot of people, that a lot of people go past my store if we ship through GSP instead of direct international, and I'm okay with that. If it's really expensive to use GPS and people will look you over. If you really want to sell a lot internationally, you should do it yourself. But it's not worth the headache to me. I am absolutely okay with losing one or two sales every couple of months to international buyers because it's global shipping versus the headache, the hassle, the returns, and all of that. Some people are okay with it. Some people don't even agree with me and completely have a whole different mindset towards it, and that's fine. Everyone will run their business the way they want. But as far as Keith and I are concerned, it is too much of a headache, and it's okay if someone overlooks our listing for someone else's. It's fine. We'll sell it domestically. And they can find it with someone else who will ship it to them for cheaper, and they'll get what they want anyway. Macari's a whole different monster. They don't really have stores. So you have to open an unpaid item case on a buyer and let it run its course and close out in order for them to get a ding when they don't pay. I'm not sure how to do the second chances on the auctions because we don't really do that. We just let the unpaid item case close on people and they get a ding. The ding doesn't really do anything, let's be honest. They get an unpaid item ding, and it really doesn't do anything to them except you can set your settings to not sell to buyers with X amount of dings and X amount of time, and that is the only time that they have any ramifications or consequences for not paying. So you can say if a buyer has had 2 or more non-paid items in a month, that's not someone I want to deal with, and it'll block all those people from you. That's the only consequences they have. If you don't have those turned on, people could have 12 dings and just keep buying and being turds. I haven't heard anything about Posh Fest this year at all. I've heard nothing, so I don't know if there will be one or not. I haven't heard anything. I've only heard about eBay being canceled. eBay open. Bill Stoner's here. Hi! You can't really organize on Macari like Nurse Flipper says, and it used to be a really big pain because they didn't have a search. They just added the search so that you could find your stuff. Nobody knows why so much inventory gets dropped off, Amy. I have a theory. It's these elves, and they are cousins of the elves that steal your socks in the dryer. They have elves that steal your stuff off eBay. And then there's these gnomes that actually relist items that are already sold. You're welcome, Dawn. Absolutely. Dawn, I'm getting to your super chat now where it actually says, thanks for all your information. It's greatly appreciated. So thank you again for your super chat. We absolutely appreciate it. Help feed those hungry hippos, guys. Shelly says, love to have you. I actually created a Pinterest like in December when we first talked about you taking this over, Shelly. And I fully intended to participate. I just get so busy. But I really want to. I made a Poshmark, not a Poshmark. That's a remote offer. I'll let Keith handle it. I made a Pinterest and I connected it to my Poshmark. I was all excited and then I keep forgetting. If they pick something else, no. So if they pick something else, don't cancel the original order. Just go to the item they chose in place of it. End that item quickly so it doesn't sell to somebody else. And then just use the label from their original order on that item to send it to them. Have a good night at work, Dawn. I'd rather we don't have a bunch of links over in the chat, only because if I let one person, then everyone will want to, and then we'll just have tons of links. I usually just let the mods put links in. But you can get up with me if there's anything that you ever want to share, and we could talk about maybe having the moderators share it or something. Beanie Buddies. Bread and butter. I love my Beanie Buddies, especially the ones with glitter eyes, the ones that are exclusive, like the Claire's exclusives. They have some that are pop culture characters. Absolutely. Bread and butter all day long. Are you in their Facebook group, Vicky Vault? Usually if you are in their Facebook group and you tag them, but I don't know that that's something that you want to put publicly. Message them again, tag them in their Facebook group, but don't like air your dirty laundry. Like maybe just tag Amanda or Clara in the group and say, hey, can you check your messages? Here's the thing. Folks like the girls that run List Perfectly and me and Casey and Sydney, we get so many messages all the time, we tend to miss them, which is why I've been telling people not to message me on Facebook anymore and rather email me or talk to me in the group because I miss messages all the time. It's really easy to do if you're getting a ton of them. So just maybe tag them in the group and say, hey ladies, could you check your messages? Where do you go to make... I actually have a video on exactly how to do that step by step. If you want to, after this video is over, search the channel for unpaid, I think it's unpaid item assistant. Search the channel for that and see if that video will come up for you. But I do show you guys how to set that up. We have it set up for 48 hours. If they don't pay within 48 hours, they get an unpaid item case opened on them. And after 5 days, it'll close out. We can relist the item. They get their ding. And, occasionally, very rarely, people will get angry and send us mean messages like, oh my god, why did you open that? And we just always reply with the same cookie cutter response. Unfortunately, eBay's unpaid item assistant opens these cases after 48 hours of purchase without payment. Out of our control. We have no control. It's automated. And then they usually just go away after that. Okay, I'm going to finish up real quick here because I got some announcements I want to make too. Everyone just checked their phone. So if they see something on Poshmark and Pinterest and they click on it, it does, not usually. I'm not that familiar with Pinterest, but I think I know this much. If I'm wrong, Shelly can correct me. If they see something they like a pair of shoes, and they click on that Pinterest pin, it will take them to the original link from the pin, which would be your listing on Poshmark. Yeah, Tasha says the same thing. Hello, Sue from Oz. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and make my last few announcements here, and then we'll wind up the video. If you had questions that I didn't get to, if you think of questions later, if you have questions you still want to ask, but I don't have time to get to any more on this live video, put them down in the comments below. Best way, though, is to join our Facebook group, the Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod, And tag me in a post in there, guys. I'm in there all the time, checking it, making sure everything's running smoothly and people are getting the help that they need. Sometimes you won't see me as active, only because, here's the thing. Our Facebook group is a wonderful little corner of the internet full of amazing, amazing people in the reseller community. And sometimes people will ask a question before I can even get to it. 10 helpful people have answered them and helped them. So you won't see me as active because you guys help each other out so much that sometimes I don't even have to jump in and help. But if you have specific questions for me, join our group, tag us, and tag me, not Keith, and I'll get back to you. You can always email me at flippinhipposhelp@gmail.com as well, or leave comments. What else did I want to talk about real quick? Oh, the coupon code that I put out last week was going to expire tonight at midnight. However, I'm going to go ahead and let it run for one more full week. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, we have a special on our plush guides, our clothing guides, and having a store review done by me right now. The way to get the codes is in the Facebook group. It's the only place they're at. I'm not giving these codes out to our email subscriber list. I'm not giving them out on social media. I'm not giving them out on YouTube. These are specific only for group members. So join the group if you want them. It's 25% off if you buy one or the other, the plush guide or the clothing 2020 guide. If you buy both, you get 30% off both. And then if you buy both plus the review, it's like 40% off. So even if you got everything, it'll be like $32, $33. It's a really, really good deal. I was going to close it out at midnight, but I'm going to go ahead and let it roll out a whole nother week. So if you're in the group or you just joined the group for the codes, that's fine. Go at the top of the feed, go inside the group at the top of the feed. It'll have announcements, say see more, and dig through them until you find the one that mentions the codes. Has all the codes there and the links that you'll need. And they will expire midnight next Monday. I mean, like Monday night going into next Tuesday morning, midnight, Eastern time. So get those while you can. I also want to mention, if you're looking, thank you so much for putting the link in there. Appreciate it. So if you're looking for inventory, Casey and Keith just went into the Liquidation Lots for Less, our wholesale site, and they dropped the prices on every single lot and wholesale lot and lot. That doesn't make sense. Every single wholesale lot for sale, the prices were severely dropped. Some of them up to 75% off. So everything is real cheap right now if you're looking to get a bunch of stuff to resell delivered right to your door. Go over there and look for it. I'm going to try to get the link here. I might have been able to do it real quick. There you go. Boom! Liquidation Lots for Less. So look through those. We've dropped the prices pretty drastically. And if you're looking to sell your wholesale, if you're looking to get rid of stuff, we are accepting all the time. What we're looking for is actual liquidation lots and wholesale. So we don't want like 4 shirts or 10 pairs of jeans. That's not wholesale. So you want to make an actual wholesale lot big. And remember to keep your prices at wholesale prices. So you want to make back what you put into it, but you want to leave room for the reseller to make a little bit of profit. You can't get eBay prices or resale prices on wholesale. You're looking to get rid of it, to liquidate it. And the reseller that's looking to buy the wholesale, like if you're going on our site and looking to purchase, you want to have room to make profit. So just keep that in mind. But go ahead and look through those if you want. And one last thing. Hanging with the Hippos returns next Tuesday, and you guys are going to be so excited about who's coming on. They have never been on this channel before. I just realized that. That's crazy. I can't believe they haven't. They've never been on this channel before. Never been on theirs. I'm going to announce it later in the week. I don't want to say who it is. But it's 2 people, and they resell together. And I met them at Open last year and the year before, and I absolutely adore both of them. They're amazing people, and they do a whole lot for the reselling community. They both just have really big hearts, and they do a lot for the community, and I am so happy and so excited and so stoked to have them on my channel. So Hanging with the Hippos returns next Tuesday with very special guests. The Liquidation Lots for Less is done by Hippo. It's Keith and I, and Casey, the Rockstar Flipper. It's mostly Keith and Casey that do it, but yeah, we've teamed up as business partners with Casey for that side of our business. And Dan, I'm just signing off. So, you came in late, but hi. I'm just getting off. So I want to say it's the 14th, but I know that Valentine's Day is on Friday. So the 11th. Next Tuesday on the 11th, don't miss out for Hanging with the Hippos. Big return with a power couple. We'll say that. And then I'll announce who they are later in the week. And then I'll be doing it once a month there on out. I cannot do Hanging with the Hippos once a week like I used to. I just don't have the time for it, but it will be a once a month thing. And then next Wednesday, the 12th, I will be a guest star on someone else's channel. And no, it's not Casey. It's someone else. And he has asked me to kind of keep it under wraps and a secret until he announces it. So just leave you all guessing. But I'll be on somebody else's channel next Wednesday. And I guess that's it, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Join the Facebook group. Leave comments. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Flippin' Hippos. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. Thank you so much again to Flippin' Flamingos for finding Henry's long lost twin, Henrietta. I absolutely love her. Thank you so much. And for everyone that gave a super chat tonight, we appreciate you guys so much. It really helps keep this channel going and helps us do what we do to help you guys and give all the free content that we do give out. All right, guys, until next time, go be productive, go make some money. Thank you for watching and spending an hour with me tonight. You guys are the absolute best. Love you guys. Bye.